Okay, I'm gonna be very vulnerable for a second here. I'll try to get straight to the point, but this is not easy for me, so I'm going to try my best. But I told myself if I can help one person feel a little less alone, like I have felt, then it would be worth it. So here I go. For a little background information, I'm 26 years old and I've never had a boyfriend. And by never, I mean like not even remotely close. I've never had a kindergarten boyfriend, middle school boyfriend, high school boyfriend, nothing. And for the longest time, I tried to not let it bother me because it is very true. Like, you shouldn't rely on having a man to be happy or having someone like a romantic partner to make you happy. But as a hopeless romantic, it's been weighing on my spirit really heavily. I primarily use dating apps. I don't know if that's a problem, but whatever. I've gone out in like the real life and stuff, but guys never approached me. So I just like the dating app thing was way more straightforward. Like, I know you like me.
This is the first problem that I'm noticing is that she's like a man shouldn't be her happiness and stuff like that. Like you don't even sound like you're talking from your age. You sound like you're talking from a perspective that you've been taught from older females, and you've never been in a relationship and men don't approach you. That is not a old age thing. That is definitely a new age thing. So it's clear to see the type of mentality that she has already adopted, and the reality that it is actually playing out right before her eyes is not a desirable one.
And I like you. That's why we matched. But I've been on many, many, many dates. I've dated many guys, some up to like 6, 7 months, and I we haven't even like we haven't had like the getting serious conversation, nothing.
Yeah, that is also a new age thing as well. 6, 7 months and no talk of anything serious. So, translation, she's been dating this guy for 6, 7 months, getting her cheeks clapped. And at the end of the day, it looks like this is what she's been doing a lot of the time because if you've never had a boyfriend, then it goes to say that you've been interacting with members of the opposite sex, but nothing has translated into anything serious at all. So obviously, you've been getting your cheeks clapped by these different men for so long that you don't even know how to actually get commitment from a man. Hmm, what does that sound like today? How about most modern females out there in the dating pool?
And slowly but surely, like after being single for over a quarter of a century, it's really weighing on my spirit. I don't know if any of you guys know, like a lot of you might know me from Ashley's Live, Ashley Dalton, here on TikTok. I went on her live asking for fashion advice, and I mentioned that I was really upset, um, like during that time, and it was because I was very feeling very frustrated with dating. I would go on dates and I would like someone, and I never feel like I got to the point where like they liked me. Um, like I always feel like I'm in the position where I like someone 10 times more than they like me.
She says she's 26 years old. I don't know how old she really is, but at the end of the day, this is what the modern day dating crisis is all about. These females, they're all attracted to men that don't desire them. They all chase men and give men everything, and I do mean everything they have to offer, but get nothing back, not even a hint of commitment, let alone a wedding ring.
I try my best to be, kind and polite and nice and sweet and caring and considerate, but it never seems to be enough. Like, it's getting to a point it's really frustrating. I see so many people around me in my life that I know who have found someone who kind of made the decision like, oh, I like you enough to make a point to have you stick around type of thing, but that's not something that I've ever experienced. And it makes me really sad because, like I mentioned, I am a hopeless romantic, and like it's not for like of trying or anything, but I haven't been successful, and it really hurts in an embarrassing way where it's just like, obviously if nothing works out, you're gonna like turn and be like, oh, maybe it's a me thing, like maybe like I don't have something that most people are looking for, and I can't figure out what it is, and it's really, really frustrating. There's so many times where I've been dating a guy like on the apps or whatever, and things are going good, and we've been seeing each other for months, and I'm currently going through this right now. And I noticed that they start like updating their dating profile and stuff like that, and then I go back to, they're looking for something I don't have, but I don't know what that is. Like, I feel like things are going good and I'm trying my best, but it's never enough. And I feel like I'm not a bad looking person, you know what I mean? But still, like,
And this is where majority of these, what they call it, baddies, this is where they all go wrong. Because at the end of the day, you actually believe that, I don't know where they get this from, but you actually believe that men commit to a woman that looks a certain way because she looks a certain way. I hate to break it to y'all, but that is called physical attraction, which most of the time boils down to sexual connectivity. That's all it really is. So men don't marry who they're sexually purely attracted to or mostly attracted to. Men actually commit to women who come with wifely features, wifely abilities, right? So if you are a chick like, I don't know, India Love, and you got a BBL, but you don't know how to cook a meal from scratch and you're not interested in being a nurturer to babies, well, a man will definitely clap those cheeks, but a valuable man will definitely not marry you.
and even when I tried to date people who were like me, like I'm out of the league or whatever, I still like, they still don't appreciate me, they still don't give a crap about me. And I'm like, I'm like at a point where every once in a while I have like a mental breakdown or like an existential crisis where I'm just like crying, like, I'm gonna die alone. Like, there's nothing I can do. Like, I'm stuck. Nobody wants to be with me. I try and I try, and I don't know what I'm missing. And there's gonna be people who will be like, oh, like, it'll come eventually, but it's so easy to say that when you've already been in a relationship, and it's so easy to say, like, oh, it's not that, like, it's not all it's cracked up to be, but if that's the case, then you wouldn't be in a relationship. If that's the case, you would never be in one for the rest of your life. You know what I mean? If that's the case, you can just break up with the person you're with right now if it's nothing, but they're not going to do that.
Sure ain't.
So, yeah, I'm beyond frustrated and just sad that something that I have been dreaming of, not dreaming of, but something that I've wanted for a long time and something that I've tried to obtain, it just never comes to fruition.
It's interesting to hear her share her emotions and her feelings of despair, right? Because she wants a relationship. And let's be honest, this is what most human beings want. This is what we're here to do, right? Who wants to come here and leave no trace of them? That sounds very sad. And according to Pew Research Center, most women want family, marriage, and children. So at the end of the day, this is what they sound like when they're young. But then when they get to where they're like 30, 35, 40, they start to change their tone. They start to, get more desperate, all of them, right? And then they start to do this crazy thing where they start to like mentally cope and actually try to convince themselves and others that they don't want what most women want or most people in the earth want. So let's check in on her in about 10 years from time and see where she's at, right?
And I just wish I can like ask like the guys that I've dated in the past, like what was wrong? Like what was the problem? And I this is gonna sound stupid, but I really feel like the fact that I'm so like unproblematic and untoxic, like I'm not the type of person to go back and forth with somebody. I'm not the type of person to argue. I'm never the type of person to raise my voice. Like I feel like men in general, like people who I don't know, get their heart racing in that way, or
I mean, the problem is she's actually truly fighting an uphill battle because, according to data from dating apps, Black women are actually the least desired. And we obviously know that this is because they're combative, very masculine, argumentative, and non submissive for the most part. So, whether that's her or not, she's actually having to deal with the stereotypes that are becoming to be so well known. I'm not sure if she's black or not, but she certainly looks the part. And if you go by the one drop rule, then she's black enough. And we also need to understand that those are not winning characteristics or traits of a wife. They're not the type of traits that men or masculine men are looking to come home to in his wife, the mother of his children. That is not a recipe for peace and success. That is a recipe for failure and depression.
it's more exciting, more difficult. I don't know, but I don't like to be like that. And every time I've come to a point where I feel like I wanna I wanna act out of turn, I just move myself away from that person, if that makes sense. Like I don't want to get to a place where I'm acting a certain way that doesn't reflect my best self, if that makes any sense. But I've tried everything. I've tried the nonchalant. I've tried to like be the person to initiate. It never works. And I'm just tired and I'm really bummed about it. And I feel like it's to a point where it'd be like 10 times easier to like not even like try to be in a relationship, not even try to like get a boyfriend, because at least in that way it's like I don't have one because nobody wants me. I don't have one because I'm not trying to get one, if you know what I mean. But that's essentially what I wanted to talk about and get off my chest. I know like the whole date multiple people at a time thing is what a lot of people have suggested, but I'm not the type of person to want to do that. Like if I like a person, I like them. And I think it's really stupid how like in this generation, when it comes to dating, there's like so many people are like the grass is always greener, like they're always looking for something better, like someone they like better, someone who looks better, someone who has more money, someone who has this, like a better body. And it's just like, if you like me and I like you, we don't have any problems, we're attracted to each other, we get along. Why do you have to keep searching for something? Like in my head, it's like you're eating a sandwich and it's really good. You're not just gonna stop eating it and be like, okay, but I'll go find a better one. Like, are you hungry or are you not? Is it good or is it not? Like, I don't understand. That's never a way I'll operate. And I'll keep trying to be my best, but I hate to break it to the people who have seen me on Ashley's Live, and I'm trying to be confident, but I'm really not, sadly. And I'll work on it, but it's hard. So if you relate to this, just, leave a comment and we can cry together.
You know, what's interesting to me is what she mentioned about the sandwich. That's not the time we live in anymore. We live in a time where you females are just like greedy. And I think that you've probably been like that for a long time, maybe from the beginning of time, who knows? But there's certainly more of that today. We call it transactional relationships. It's not really about trade-offs anymore because you get access to so many different men because you have a box. Now you have the internet, you can broadcast your box, so you have more options. What that's done is in turn made men had to become more of themselves so that we can get access to more of what we want and what we desire. So now you have men like P. Diddy or Cam Newton or Nick Cannon. The list goes on, and these type of men have gained access to more women. So when you have more access to more women, then what you're going to do is not really choose just one unless she really stands out. And let's be honest, most of these females today, none of you stand out. You all wear the same hair, you all wear the same eyelashes, the same fingernails, you all get a BBL, you all want to look the same. You're shaped the same, you behave the same, you think the same. So if a man can get one of you, it's safe to say he can get most of you. You played yourself. So, the sandwich today is a man eating that motherfucker and putting it down when he feels like it, or finishing the sandwich and moving on to the next. Because that's the general idea of modern day females. Thank you all for watching. Let me know what you think about this one down in the comments. Please click that like and don't forget to subscribe. Until next time.